Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching Study IQ IS English. In our today's video, we are going to discuss a very interesting topic. Is the President's Rule, which is currently in application in the state of Manipur, going to end soon? Well, I'm not saying this. It is been reflected by the political developments that is happening in the politics of Manipur. And the notes that I will be using in our today's session, in case if you want to download them, you can go to a particular Telegram channel known as ATS Live. And while you're at it downloading the notes, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel also. So let us understand the political developments that is going on in the state of Manipur and also in the national capital Delhi. Why Delhi? Because the BJP's top brass, it has called all of its MLAs from Manipur to the national capital to discuss the possibility of formation of a popular government in the state. Now, this development is quite significant. First of all, BJP called all its MLAs from Manipur, which belongs to the two rival faction, that is the Meitei as well as Kuki communities. Now, you need to understand the current ethnic conflict which is going on in Manipur. It is happening between these two communities primarily. Similarly, there is also a very significant political development. That is, why would central government, which is currently ruling over the state of Manipur, would look to establish a popular and an elected government in the state, right? So there must be some solid reason behind it, right? We are going to discuss that in our today's video. Now, to understand this topic, we need to first get into the nitty-gritties of what is President's Rule. Then only you'll understand now why is there a necessity to bring elected government back now. Yes, so let us start by understanding what is President's Rule. Now, if you look at Article 356 of the Indian Constitution, you will realize that there is a provision in the Indian Constitution that if the state government's constitutional machinery fails, then the power of that state government goes to the President of India. That is, by effective, the power to rule a state falls under the responsibility of union government. So this is what President Rule essentially is. It is also known by several other popular names like state emergency and constitutional emergency. But you have to keep one thing in mind. The Constitution itself does not use the word emergency for anything which has to deal with Article 356, that is President's Rule. Constitution uses the word emergency for national emergency and financial emergency. But when it comes to Article 356, the go-to word should be President's Rule, not state emergency. Understood? So this is the first aspect of President's Rule. Now, under what grounds can President's Rule be imposed in a particular state? That is talked about in two separate articles of the Constitution. First is Article 356. It states that when the government of a particular state can't be carried on in accordance with the provision of Constitution, then this is a sufficient ground for President of India to declare the proclamation of President's Rule. So this is condition number one, when the state government itself can't work according to the Constitution of India. The second ground, which is provided under Article 356, it states that there are certain areas like telecommunication, like railways, where central government can give directions to the state government, and the state government should and must follow these directions word to word. But what if state government does not follow these directions when it is coming from central government for certain things? Then what is going to happen? This would mean that the state government in that case can't be carried on in accordance to the Constitution, and this is the sufficient ground based on which the President of India can declare proclamation of President's Rule. So this is condition number two. All of them are given in the Constitution, and this is the sufficient ground based on which the central government can declare proclamation of President's Rule. Now, what is the process of approval and duration of this President's Rule? Let us discuss that. Now, first of all, whenever this issue or proclamation of President's Rule is made, this needs to be approved by both houses of the parliament. And within which time frame this needs to be get approved? Within 2 months from the date of issue by the President. Now, if it is approved by the President of India, the maximum duration when the President's Rule can go on is for 6 months. So what you need to understand, every 6 months, this approval needs to be taken by both houses of the parliament, beyond which it can't function. Now, the maximum period for which you can continue the President's Rule in a particular state is 3 years, provided that you're getting approval every 6 months. So this is the maximum amount of duration. In any case, you can't continue or put a state government under the president's rule for more than 6 years, even after you get approval every 6 months from both houses of the parliament. Now you must be thinking, what kind of majority is needed to approve a president's proclamation or president's rule proclamation in the parliament, right? This needs to be get approved by both houses of the parliament by what is known as simple majority. Simple majority means more than 50% of members present and voting. So when all of these members from Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, they vote on this would mean that the president's rule is passed by both houses of the parliament. So this is the process of approval. Now let us understand what are the changes that have been made in this regard, especially by the 44th Amendment Act of the year 1978. Now you need to understand this Amendment Act, which was introduced soon after the emergency was ended in 1977. This introduced that beyond 1 year, if you are to continue president's rule, two conditions or either one of these two conditions needs to be fulfilled. If you have to continue president's rule beyond 1 year time period, then first there must be a national emergency either in a part of the country or in the entire country, or in another case, if the Election Commission of India, it certifies that the ground for conduction of election in the state where president's rule is applied, it is not an adequate time to hold this election, then only you can continue this president's rule for a period of more than 1 year. So these two conditions, either one of these two conditions needs to be fulfilled if you have to continue president's rule beyond 1 year. And this is very important for our today's discussion. We'll come back to it. Okay. Now what you need to understand, the changes or the consequences of what happens in a particular state if that is brought under president's rule. First of all, it is the president of India who gets extraordinary power to govern that particular state. And while at it, it means the dismissal of State Council of Ministers, which is usually chaired by the Chief Minister. So when President's rule is applied, the State Council of Ministers is removed. And the power to govern that state falls under the State Governor, who is going to govern the state on behalf of President, and it is responsible, or he or she is responsible to carry out the state administration in active cooperation with bureaucrats and the advisors if and when they are appointed by the President. So President's rule effectively means governors is in charge of the governing or governance of a particular state. Now, the responsibility that is discharged by the state legislature, when it is put under President's rule, that responsibility now falls for the Parliament of India. So it is the Parliament of India who passes the law for that particular state and also passes the state budget if it is necessary. And what you have to remember, this law, if and when it is passed by the Parliament, even if the state is under President's rule, then even after the state or the president rule ends, the law will continue until unless it is repealed by the state assembly. Okay, so this is what is important from your president's rule perspective, the nitty-gritties of it. Now let us talk about the political situation, what is happening in the state of Manipur. If you can recall, the former Chief Minister of Manipur, Biren Singh, he resigned from office in the February 2023, and soon after the president's rule was imposed in the state of Manipur. When was it imposed? In February 25, right? Now I don't usually emphasize too much on months and dates, but this is important for our today's discussion, so you have to remember it. Now what happened after the president rule was imposed? The ethnic strife which led to the resignation of the chief minister, it continued between the two factions, that is of Methi community on one hand, who live in the valley regions of the state, and Kuki communities who mostly inhabit the hilly regions of the state, right? Now what you have to understand, when the state was put under president's rule, the state assembly was not dissolved. It was put under suspended animation, and this assembly, its scheduled tenure will continue up till March 2027 if it is not dissolved in March 2027, right? Now what is happening, that many MLAs from the BJP belonging to the valley-based communities like Methi communities as well as from Naga communities, they are demanding the restoration of the government. But is restoration of the government the only way to do it, or is it a political compulsion? Let's find out. Now you need to understand here, Manipur was put under president's rule in which year? In February 2026. So in the February 2026, it was put under president's rule in February 2025. So 1 year from February 2025, that is in 2026, this would mean that the completion of 1 year of president's rule is going to happen. Now I told you, right, there are two grounds beyond or using which you can't extend the president's rule beyond 1 year. I told you that the ground should be that national emergency should be in application either in a part of our country or in the entire country, or if election commission should certify that the elections can't happen in the state in that time frame, then only you can extend the precedence rule. But none of these conditions have happened, and that is why the BJP leaders, they acknowledge that the restoration of elected government becomes not just a political compulsion but also a constitutional compulsion, because constitution after 44th Amendment Act, it ensured that if you want to continue precedence rule beyond 1 year period, either of those two conditions needs to be fulfilled that we have already discussed. And if government decides to ignore these constitutional compulsion, then this would bring judicial scrutiny on the precedence rule extension, or it will also invite political criticism that government is trying to misuse the Article 356 and ensure that no elected government is restored in the state. But is restoration of elected government very politically easy? The answer is obviously not. What you need to understand, BJP at least numerically has a majority in the Legislative Assembly of Manipur because it has 37 MLAs out of the total strength of 60 MLAs. So it is very easy numerically for the BJP to restore a elected government in the state, but politically this thing is somewhat difficult. First of all, you need to understand the climate in the state is politically very polarized. So on one hand, kooky MLAs, they are resisting the restoration of political government under the current political framework. On the other hand, Meiteis as well as Nagas are demanding restoration of the political government, right? On the other hand, there are many kooky civil society organizations who are demanding implementation of 6th schedule, right? Where it is possible to govern a state with a separate administration, and without implementation of 6th schedule, the kooky community, its MLAs, even from BJP, they are not willing to restore the elected government because it would continue the kind of polarization that existed even at the time the previous government was in power. Similarly, there is also factionalism between BJP. There are two popular leaders from BJP. One is the former Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, another one also from the Meitei community, Satyabrata Singh, and both of them are lying their claim that if the popular government were to be restored, we should be the Chief Minister. So it is politically very difficult for BJP to restore the government. However, as I said it is a constitutional compulsion. Why? Because you can't continue the precedence rule beyond a 1 year period until unless we do not qualify those two circumstances which was introduced after 44th Amendment Act, right? So this is what is you need to know in our today's video. Now, there is also PYQ which appeared exactly on the kind of discussion we had right now. But if you want to take a look at that PYQ, there is an important announcement that you need to hear first. Now, what we just discussed, that is precedence rule under Article 356, it is a very important topic in the polity subject. Now, UPSC also has other important subjects like polity, economy, history, geography, and all of them, you need to have a very solid command. To get a solid command, to get lectures from the subject matter experts on each and every individual subject, you can take admissions in resolution batches. Now, these batches are available separately for students who are looking to give exams in 2027 and also in 2028. What you need to keep in mind that batches have already started, and right now you're getting a very cost-effective rate because of the final mile sale. Now, if you take admissions, if you apply the code ATS Live before making the payment, you are going to get as much as 7,000 rupees off. And this off, by using the code ATS Live, you'll get it even on optional subjects, not just on resolution plus batches, okay? So please keep that thing in mind. And this is the question that I wanted to show you. This question, just look at it. It appeared in 2017 in the prelims examination. Which one of the following are not necessarily the consequences of the proclamation of precedence rule in the state? Now, this PYQ shouldn't be at all difficult after we have gone through the video. So please do let me know the correct answers in the comment section. And I want your opinion, especially people of Manipur who's watching this video. Do you think it is in the best interest of the state for continuation of precedent rule, or do you want the elected government to form again in the state of Manipur? What do you think? Please do let me know your opinions in the comment section. Try to be very civil about it. We people from northern India, we people from other parts of the country, we are very concerned about the ethnic strife that is going on in Manipur. And all of us, I can say for all of the viewers, we all want what is best for the state of Manipur and what is best for the people of Manipur, from all the communities, from Methi communities, from Naga communities, from Kuki communities. To please let me know what you want and how should we ensure that Manipur comes back to normal, right? Please do let me know in the comments. And if you want to download the notes, you can go to this particular Telegram channel known as ATS Live, and while you're at it, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel also. So let's have a very good night. We'll see each other again, same time, same place at 9 p.m. Please have a very good night.